Welcome back to Subject to Cross. I'm one of your hosts, Caroline Donato,
And I'm Pete Kratza.
and this episode is about our top favorite things about working from home during quarantine. And it's Cinco de Mayo.
Cheers.
Cheers. All right, so I know,
What is that, a fresca?
don't worry about what this is.
Oh, okay.
I know that I asked you to prioritize 10 being the least favorite and 1 being the most favorite thing.
Yep.
But I actually didn't put these in any particular order.
You know, you have me prepare for these things, and then you don't.
Yeah.
I'm very disappointed.
All right. Why don't you go first? What's your...
Mine are in order.
All right, go number 10.
Number 10, better lunches.
What do you have for lunch?
Well, my daughter and my wife make me lunches now, and they're amazing.
Like what?
I think I had a mozzarella and pesto sandwich. There are too many to recall all of them, but they're excellent. I eat much healthier, and I very much appreciate the lunches I get at home.
No French fries?
No French fries, chips,
Soda?
occasionally.
Mm.
Why do you have to judge? This is supposed to be the 10 best things about working from home.
Well, you said you were healthier, so those were the 2 things that I've noticed from...
Less soda, and look, much more water.
Good. It's a good thermos.
It's large.
Yeah. Okay, so number 10 for me.
Oh, this is going to take forever because you rank them.
All right.
I did organized. I even wrote legibly.
I just didn't. But I didn't put them in any particular order. I'll just say what I have as 10 is no makeup. Usually, I put on a little for this, but usually no makeup.
Hey, you know what? Me neither.
It's kind of nice. Last time I wore no makeup and we were preparing for a trial, you asked me if I was sick. No one asked me if I'm sick if I wear no makeup here.
And you know what? Now people are going to think I'm really sexist. But we speak very freely, and I thought confidentially when we were alone preparing for a trial.
Are you sick? No, it's Sunday.
Yeah, I think it was that. Yeah.
Working a lot. Okay, what's your number 9?
I mean, I guess on the one hand, you should be flattered that I notice the difference when you don't wear makeup.
No, that's not something that's nice. That's a bad thing.
Oh, all right.
Makeup makes such a marked difference that...
I mean, I guess what I should have said is you don't look as great as you normally do, Caroline. Is that how I was supposed to say it?
I gave you an out. I said number 9.
All right. You did look like hell that day, though.
Okay. Also, let's preface it. That was like 2.5, 3 years ago when you said that.
Okay. Number 9, working outside, enjoying my deck and backyard. Do you want me to expound on that? Oh, were you doing working? You know what? What did I just do?
Okay. That's a good one.
Yeah.
You can expand on it.
My list is going to be much better than yours, obviously.
Here's my number 9. Sweatpants.
I'm very disappointed in that. More on that later.
No hard pants. Sweatpants.
Okay. Number 8, becoming more comfortable with technology. Sort of.
Okay.
Like this stuff.
Oh, Zoom?
You know that technology intimidates me, correct?
Yes, correct.
And that I'm completely overmatched by technology generally.
Yes, I know.
I am slowly accepting technology. I did my first remote hearing yesterday with the assistance of our IT people. And I'm learning how to Zoom and do other technology stuff intermittently.
Good. Number 8, I actually hate myself for some of the ones I wrote down now that I have to say them out loud. Number 8 is personal growth.
Please explain.
I wrote this about a week ago. I don't know what I was doing, but I felt like I was growing as a person.
Oh,
Personal growth.
okay. So that's all you're going to say on the subject of personal growth?
You know, this quarantine kind of forces an existential analysis, I'd say. So yeah, personal growth.
Okay.
Mhm.
Very introspective.
Thank you.
Number 7, I'm much more surface, obviously. Rediscovering my CDs.
Well, I know what's back there, but why don't you tell everybody else what's back there?
My CD collection from the time I was like 16.
And move your chair so they can see that those aren't books. That is a bookshelf of CDs.
There's CDs, and then that's, oh geez, I hope the office is clean enough. My wife will be upset. There's a CD player over there too. And I've listened to some CDs that I haven't listened to in probably 30 years. I'm very much enjoying them.
What's your favorite one that you've reconnected with?
That's a tough question. I didn't know there would be tough follow-up questions. I'm a big Smashing Pumpkins fan, so the Smashing Pumpkins Adore is a great CD. I even listened to Belly.
Belly?
Yeah, I think they're kind of like a 1 or 2 hit wonder, but the one album they had, I think it's
I thought
called
that was a
Star.
movie, Belly.
No, but Belly, their album Star is a very underrated album. There's some embarrassing ones in there too, but I will not disclose them.
Okay, that's good.
7 for you.
7 for me is time with dog.
Okay. I mean, knowing you, I think I'm a little surprised that's not higher. I think your dog may be insulted.
No. I mean, he was having a really hard time with me in my work schedule and school schedule. A lot of resentment going on. When I would leave the house, he'd be at the top of the staircase looking down on me, just scowling.
Literally and figuratively?
Yes,
Looking down on you?
figuratively. The little Wilbur.
My numerous cats have more gravitated to my wife than to me during the stay at home.
Well, because she's home now. She's out usually more than you, right?
Yeah, I mean, we're both out, but she feeds them too, which I think is an unfair advantage. But they love her more than me.
What's your 7? Was that CDs?
I'm on 6.
Okay, go ahead.
Intermittent hygiene.
What?
I tried to put it in a way that wasn't like totally gross. I don't have to shower every day, and I don't have to shave every day. I really like that.
Wait. I don't even know that I want to ask this question.
Then don't.
You don't shower every day?
Oh, hell no.
That's foul.
I mean, I'm not doing anything. I put on deodorant.
It doesn't matter. You're a human body. That's foul. I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
I still smell good.
No. But we're moving on. My 6 is time with Ray.
Okay, that's cute.
Yeah.
There 5.
Move right up.
Well, I mean, what you want to expound on that?
No, I'm good.
All right. Number 5, appreciating my hair.
Okay. Maybe we should do a listener or viewer poll whether or not your hair grown out. Come closer. Whether or not your hair grown out looks like a toupee because of the different color.
You know what? That's hurtful. My family, who is much more critical than you are of me and my looks, all agree that they like my hair long.
Oh, no, I told you I liked it long, but on video, because you have the two-tone?
Yeah, I actually had to, I used clippers on the side because I can't stand it when the hair like starts to, you know what I mean, like over the ears. And I actually think I did a pretty good job. I used like the highest thing and went through there. And then my daughter told me that there's like this spray-on stuff that'll color your hair and it washes out when you take a shower. I I haven't and will not use that product. But I think she was kind of probably on the same lines as you. The fact that I get the gray on the side. I'm not going to color my hair.
That's your number 5.
Yep.
Okay. My 5
You know,
is.
a lot of guys my age don't have as much hair as I do, Caroline.
How old are you?
I'm not going to say I'm over 50.
Okay. My number 5 is picking up lost hobbies.
Similar themes.
It has nothing to do with my hair.
No, our themes are similar. Like my CDs, like reconnecting.
Oh, I didn't. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
What hobbies, Caroline? I'll feign interest.
Interest. I started playing the guitar again, and I've been doing a couple of Zoom session guitar lessons with my dad. So that's been fun. And I'm getting calluses on my fingers now. So that's been interesting.
That's pretty cool.
I wrote a poem. That was something. That was probably, if we dovetail back into my number 8, personal growth day.
Mm-hmm.
Wrote a poem. Did that as a 2nd grader quite a bit. So yeah, picking up lost hobbies.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm. All right, what's your 4?
Spending time with my family, most of my family.
Okay, my number 4 is, people are going to message me thinking I have a problem. My number 4 is reevaluating and organizing my priorities.
Oh my God.
Oh, there's a lot of personal growth going on here.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, why did I get
What?
I'm getting feedback on your video now. Did you do that on purpose?
I didn't touch anything.
What I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted by your computer is that not only are your 10 items a bit esoteric, but redundant.
Okay. What is your 3? Oh my God, I can't even give you my 3.
You know what? I'm going to change my 3 on the fly. I was going to...
No, what was it? You can change it, but what was it?
It was going to be like the spirit of cooperation within the firm and within the criminal justice system, you know, working more so with prosecutors and other people. But yeah, that's nice. But really what I'm proud of is that I've done like some home projects.
Like what?
Like I strung lights. Remember when I was outside and we were going to do this outside? I did that.
I thought okay, what else? What else did you do?
And by the way, when I'm saying that, I don't know if the camera can hear it, my family's laughing at me because you know that I'm like not very handy. But I think I've done a few things.
What else did you do?
Let's see, I brought up my son's batting net and assembled it in the garage. I picked up a lot of sticks in the yard. I'm undervalued here, I think, in terms of what I bring to the table.
Let me ask you this. In your home, have you cleaned anything? I
have. I've vacuumed multiple times. I've cleaned bathrooms. Wow. I do dishes. Yeah, man. I'm like a utility player here.
Okay. I'll give you that.
But I'm most proud of the fact that I did that, you know, the light thing, you know, the string lights. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's pretty impressive.
Well, I mean, I've strung lights, so I don't find it that impressive.
Please don't rain on my parade.
But I'm glad that you feel a sense of personal growth.
Yeah, accomplishment. There are other things I've done too, but again, I just did this on the fly. I'll have to think, you know, maybe I'll come up with them later. What's your number 3? You seemed really embarrassed by it.
I'm really embarrassed by it.
Geez, judging by the other ones, this one ought to be a doozy.
I just think I'll change it.
Is it?
No, it's redundant. It's super repetitive. At the time that I was writing this,
5 minutes ago?
No, I wrote this last week because we were supposed to have this last week before my internet went out. So I'll do this for number 3. Reading books.
You know, that's another thing that I've been doing. I agree. Look,
and I've been in a book club. What is that, Lord of the Rings?
David Copperfield. Now, this I haven't read yet, but I read Treasure Island. These are books that my mom and dad had in my old house in Wawa, and they're like these classic leather-bound, like really nice books. They smell old. But I read Treasure Island, and I intend to read David Copperfield. I think that I probably was supposed to read this for high school or college, but I'm certain I only read the Cliff's Notes. What are you reading?
I just finished When We Believed in Mermaids, and the title doesn't give the book justice. It's actually a great book. Before that, I read Little Fires Everywhere. Before that, it was, there's a few of them. I get the titles because we have book club twice a week. I'm sorry, once every 2 weeks.
Do you read them like on a Kindle or do you read actual books?
No, I read actual books. I don't like the Kindle.
So do you get the books delivered to your house?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Does Ray read?
Yeah, he goes in reading spurts, but he's more of like a history guy. He likes, biographies and.
That's cool.
Yeah, but I like just general stories and fiction and, something to be different than what we're living in.
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the reasons why I don't like to read a lot is because we have to read so much for work and I'm just exhausted by it.
Mm-hmm.
Haven't had to read quite as much since we're working from home. And I have really gotten into, my mom is a voracious reader. So hopefully there's some of that in my blood. One of the things I'm really disappointed about is that we cleaned out our basement and inadvertently lost a whole box of books that I wanted to read. That was like maybe 2 months, 3 months before all this happened. But, that kind of forced me to read these classic books. Have you ever read Treasure Island?
Mm-mm. No.
I mean, what's hard about reading it is that it's written like an old language. So it makes it a little, hard to muddle through. But it was a cool story. I'm glad I read it.
Good.
All right,
okay,
so our lists are very similar. That's weird.
So yours are redundant, and what was the word you used?
Esoteric? I think I used that word correctly.
Mm-hmm. Well,
maybe it's ephemeral. I don't know. I'll have to look. Now that I'm so well read, I use a lot of big words. Number 2 for me is actually using my home office.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I know.
Although I was using my home office on Friday nights but my home office is new. Not to take your number 2 away from you and bring it back to me, but mine's very new. So I didn't have an opportunity to use it as much.
Well, how timely was your home office? I remember you showing me pictures. That was like, a month before we knew any of this was going to happen.
Yeah, well, it was for another purpose to have a home office, but I felt very.
Was that to get away from me?
No, it was, we bought a house, and what do you do after you buy a house? So there were
an announcement or anything?
No.
You want to tell that story?
Which story? Oh, ooh, do you want to tell that story?
Up to you.
Okay, let's tell that story. This is, we'll lead up to our number 1s. Okay.
You didn't get to your number 2. Is your number 2 your office too?
Yeah, let's make number 2. Okay. So when the first year I was working with Pete, and I started, if you've listened to our podcast, I started in the business department and I transitioned to litigation doing criminal defense. And April Fool's comes around, and I still lived in this city at the time. And Pete had this whole thing. The structure was always very different from the business department. I always wanted to make sure I told the business department when I was going to be at work, when I was going to leave. My hours were very rigid. With Pete, he didn't care. It was, I have to go to court, I don't care. I might get, since I lived in Philly, sometimes I got stuck. I won't be there until this time. Yeah, I don't care. So that was the process of me learning that I had no schedule with Pete. And it was April Fool's Day of the first year we worked together. And I texted him, and I knew his schedule generally, and I knew he always had to get his kids on the bus. So I knew at approximately what time in the morning he's just not paying attention. He's just on auto drive, getting, Lauren on the bus. And I texted him and I said, I know you don't care, but I'm going to be in the office late today. This is while I'm about to get in my car. I'm on my way. I'm going to be in the office late today. I don't think I'll make it by a certain point. I don't know how I phrased it, Pete. I said something like, I just took a pregnancy test, or I think I'm pregnant and I need to go to the doctor and make sure. And Pete sent me a response. Is that so far what you remember?
Well, I was going to tell a different story, but go ahead. I remember this.
Well, am I consistent with your version so far?
Pretty much.
I don't know what story you're going to tell. I thought this was it. Maybe Sierra's going to have to cut this whole thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
But then Pete responds to me, and it actually kind of broke my heart, because for somebody who were constantly sarcastic to each other, it was really sweet. It was like, okay, and do me a favor. Once you're done there, don't come to the office. Go directly to your parents. Like, 26 years old. Go directly to your parents and tell me, do you need me to pick this up in terms of, do you need me to pick up this court hearing? What do you need me to do? And I'm there looking at my phone because it was so shocking. First, I thought he would know I was kidding. And second, I thought I would get some snarky response if he didn't think I was kidding.
What do you think? I'm like heartless?
I didn't know at the time. All our exchanges were kind of like, they still are, but I didn't know you well enough.
Well, that's not the story I was going to tell. I do remember that. It was pretty mean of you.
You were mad at me.
And well, to the extent that, I was ever going to show compassion and kindness, that's not a great way to engender that. No, I was talking about like when we came to your house and we were all convinced that you were already pregnant. And we were checking your drink to make sure that there was actually alcohol in it.
Oh, this year?
Yeah, like that was.
Why did you think I was pregnant this year?
What's that?
Why did you guys think I was pregnant this year? I forget.
I don't know. I thought I had some intuition. Just maybe you were acting like a more of a pain in the you-know-what than you normally were. And I'm like, maybe she's pregnant. So that's why you got the home office though, right?
Yeah, to prepare for one day if we do. So
are you going to do one of those? Are you going to do one of those gender reveal things when you're pregnant?
No, I have no ability to keep a secret, as this podcast makes very clear.
Right.
My intentions and my life goals and whatever.
Okay.
So I don't think I could wait for a gender reveal.
Oh, so you're going to find out.
You're asking if I'm going to find out and then, okay. I thought you meant one of those.
No, like you're going to find out and you're not going to, like there's not going to be any mystery to it. You're just going to find out.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. That's about what I expected.
Consistent with the brand.
So we already did your number 2?
Yeah, home office.
All right. You know what my number 1 is?
What?
Sweatpants.
My number.
Swear to God, in case you think I'm cheating, sweatpants is.
No one can read that. You can just put that.
It's there. Sweatpants.
That's not handwriting.
Sweatpants, the most vertical article of clothing ever. But versatile, not vertical. I can't read my own handwriting. I love sweatpants. I have a newfound affinity for sweatpants.
Oh, look who's here.
Is he still judging you?
He's just like poking around. I don't know. Okay, so my number 1 is.
I think it's kind of funny that we both had sweatpants on there.
Yeah, well, our lists are very similar. You were reevaluating your life goals and dreams and making sure that you understand the purpose of, your life and what you're doing. You had
on there.
You had a personal growth moment.
Mm.
Okay, so my number 1 is slowing down.
Okay.
Because I feel like quarantine forced me to just, forced everyone to stop, but we were going, there's nothing in the cup holder. We were going so fast. Going to work and then going to school and then doing PA-CDL stuff and doing this and going out with friends and then doing that and date nights and homework and whatever. It was just constant. So forced me to slow down. It's kind of nice. Hang out with this little boo-boo. He kind of looks distorted on camera because of his hair.
I can't tell.
Because of the little patch right here?
Yeah, I don't see that.
All right. Well, anything else for this episode?
No, I don't think so.
We're going to probably
I'm
have to get
distracted by the dog.
This is Wilbur, everybody. He's the baby.
Does his facial expression ever change?
No.
Yeah.
If he's happy, this is what he looks like. If he's sad, this is what he looks like.
He looks angry.
No, he's not angry. He's a baby. All right. So we'll do another one. Hopefully we'll be back in the studio soon, but that was fun.
With masks on?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, one of the things we were supposed to also talk about was the top 10 things we're looking forward to after the quarantine. And I told you before we started recording, I'm looking forward to things after the whole thing's over. The post-quarantine is going to be difficult, I think, especially professionally.
The whole thing's difficult. That's why we have our books and our sweatpants
and our introspection.
Yes, and our introspection.
All right, happy Cinco de Mayo.
Happy to Cinco de Mayo. Bye.
Peace.